Alright everyone, welcome back to another Game Vault video. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault. And here we are, once again, talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows. So let's cue the music and we're just going to get right into it. Alright, so Assassin's Creed subreddit threatens to ban players for disputing Ubisoft's original claim that Yasuke is a powerful African samurai of historical legend. Yep, that's what we're talking about today, even though there is absolutely zero proof of this. In fact, no one ever considered him a samurai until this fellow by the name of Thomas Lockley came along and wrote a fictionalized historical account of this guy's life and made up all kinds of stuff, including the fact that he was a samurai, which was never true. Now, not a knock against Yasuke. I mean, whatever, he was what he was. Had he imagined, right? I wonder if he imagined that hundreds of years after his death, people would be discussing his life if he was that interesting. Because I'm sure he was probably like, whatever, pretty humble in that regard. But, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous what's going on right now with this clown and how his life has been distorted, history's been rewritten, and everyone's so butthurt over the absolute truth of it, which is, he's just a dude. He's just a dude. Yeah, they gave him a sword. Lots of people had swords that weren't samurais, you know what I mean? You give a guy a gun in America, he's not a cop. You know what I mean? It's absolute insanity and stupid. But yeah, so the moderators on the subreddit are threatening to ban players for that. Ubisoft originally claimed, and still does claim, that Yasuke is a powerful African samurai of historical legend in its promotional material for the game. And game director Charles Benoit has also claimed players will be able to learn about the history of Sengoku-era Japan. Benoit was asked by Xbox Wire, "This is a familiar setting for gamers. How does this game differentiate its take on the setting?" And he responded, "We're at the end of the Sengoku era, in the turning point of Japanese history. Assassin's Creed is well known for its depiction of the history and accurate recreation of the world, and it's what players can expect with Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're showing real historical figures such as Oda Nobunaga and a lot of events that happened during that time, so you're not only playing in feudal Japan, but learning about this fantastic time period. Also, we're giving the opportunity to the players to live not just one, but two of the best fantasies of Japan. The big black samurai and the woman shinobi," Benoit concluded. Alright, I took a little artistic license with that. Ubisoft has since backtracked on this claim in an official statement to Japanese players. As part of their statement, the company posted, "While Yasuke is depicted as a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows, we acknowledge that this is a matter of debate and discussion. We've woven this carefully into our narrative and with our other lead character, the Japanese shinobi Naoi, who is equally important in the game. Our dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles." So boom, right there, that's the backtrack. They got so much backlash from myself and many other content creators, players. Anytime you saw stuff posted about this on X or whatever, people would be pushing back and saying things like, "Oh, why can't I play as a Japanese guy?" Japan itself is pissed, and I remember first reporting on that, and people are like, "Oh, you're just, Japan doesn't need you to fight their battle," and just stupid shit like that, like, "You're not Japanese, it's just a bunch of pissed off white guys." Yeah, no, it's Japan is pissed too, Of course, not everybody, because there are dumb people out there, and if you're one of those dumb people, then go ahead and leave your dislike right now and just leave anyway, because you won't learn anything today, and you won't be open to any kind of critical thinking on your own. It's stupid. Like Reddit, what a toilet, man, though. To say you're going to ban people for saying something like that. Now, I understand, the ban hammer is it's such a power tool. And when it's so powerful, right? And when it's given to small people like Reddit moderators, these are guys that live in basements and masturbate to anime. When they give these guys this kind of power, they just can't wait to use it. They want to go out, they want to smite their enemies, the guys that have the audacity to disagree with them and to spit truce at them. Yeah, they just want that power, and it's so It's so freaking gay. It really is, man. These are the guys that in real life would get their ass beat in high school. You know what I mean? On a pretty much a daily basis. These guys are clowns. They're the worst of the worst. The bottom-dwelling Redditor moderators. You guys can all piss off, man. But anyway, so based off the fact that they're saying that, right, that they would ban anybody who does that, I guess if Ubisoft themselves came in there and posted this statement that they made, they'd get banned. You know, that's how clownish it is. It's absolutely clownish. Have discussions, man. This is why people are so stupid now. Is because no one's going to discuss anything anymore. They're gonna think they're right. They're gonna go online and they're gonna find somebody that agrees with them, and they're gonna call it a day. They're not gonna think about it any further. They're not gonna explore the other side's viewpoint and all that. They're not gonna, there's no critical thinking anymore. It's just, this is the way it is, and that's it. Despite proof, you throw proof their way, and it's no. I remember when the OK symbol, right, with the hand. Years back, somebody on, what was it, Reddit or 4chan or whatever, posted that was the secret hand signal for white supremacy. And anytime somebody was caught in a picture giving that symbol, people wanted to cancel them. There was a kid at a baseball game, I think it was, that got banned from the stadium for doing that. And he was actually doing the one where you do it below the waist, which, I don't know how many of you know it out there. Leave a like on the video and a comment if you know what the game is. When you put that hand down below your waist on the side of your body or whatever, and you make your friend see it, and it's like, ha, I got you. It's stupid and juvenile, but it's funny. It really is. And, it's one of those stupid and juvenile things that really never leaves you. If you do that to a fellow dude, they're going to laugh. You're like, oh, dude, come on, man. I haven't had that happen in 15 years, bro. So, yeah, this guy got kicked out of a baseball game for that because white supremacy, because that's the biggest problem in this country these days. My God, man, when did America become so stupid? I know when it became that stupid. It became that stupid when social media came out and all the stupid people were able to communicate with each other and create these stupid networks of really stupid people that shared stupid ideas, and they all just collectively got dumber and dumber and dumber, and then they're just like this big morass of double-digit IQ fools. I mean, it's freaking, wow, it's bad. All right, well, let's move on. Despite Ubisoft backtracking and admitting that the original claim that Yasuke is a samurai is disputed, moderators on the Assassin's Creed subreddit are threatening to ban anyone who disputes the claim that he's a samurai. The moderators posted a thread on July 28th. There's no debate. Yakuza was a samurai. If you disagree, you can do that somewhere else. Yeah, okay, gay boy. Yeah, that's fine. The thread itself reads, with the reveal of Assassin's Creed Shadows, there has been an influx of certain individuals spilling into various communities online, such as this subreddit, and raising arguments about historical accuracy. Well, that is the thing, guys. As we are all exhausted of this tedious discussion that has been endlessly talked to death, not to mention exasperated by the recent official statement from Ubisoft, we would like to give a final reminder to those participating in these debates as to what exactly this franchise entails and why there was never any point to these discussions to begin with outside of thinly veiling bad faith intent. Oh, that's their dog whistle for you just being a racist because you wanted to play as a Japanese samurai. The moderator continues, Assassin's Creed, here we go, is historical fiction. We know this. That means while certain locations, events, and figures may be based on reality, can even have a slight focus on accuracy, their depictions are largely exaggerated for the sake of a more enjoyable video game. While all of our player protagonists have been fictional to date, the introduction of Yasuke has given some people the false impression that the above rule does not apply. It still does. I love the way the moderator of the forum is the undisputable lord of this domain, right? He's the one, he knows everything. The moderators have declared Yasuke, who is a samurai, is confirmed by multiple reputable historians around the world, including from Japan, left-wing clown, may have held as large a role in the real world as he does in Shadows. This is okay, it's a video game, you're not meant to use Assassin's Creed as a source book for actual historical knowledge. It is meant to compel you to do your own external research after immersing you in a glimpse of authenticity. For helpful lists on how this is generally portrayed across the series, you may explore the following links. Well, when I heard about Yasuke, I did do a little bit of external research, and I learned that he was not, in fact, a samurai. They go on, we're not here in this community to debate On historical record, most of us understand as fans that while these games provide a great look into what historical settings could have felt like and have fun comparing them to actual record, we do not chase accuracy within this franchise and primarily play for other reasons. The moderators continued. So if you're specifically here to leave comments about your displeasure about Yasuke's inclusion or various other inaccurate details that have been pointed out in Ubisoft's depiction of feudal Japan, it's time to understand that this is not the place for this discussion, and it never will be. Feel free to take your displeasures elsewhere, away from this franchise and its communities. So this moderator is what's wrong with people these days. This is a soft person. This is a weak person. This is a pathetic, self-victimizing fool who refuses to have a discussion and would rather shut things down because they know they can't win an argument, because they're fighting a battle that they just can't win because they're trying to argue a lie. And you can't argue a lie. You can't defend a lie. You can't make a lie a truth, no matter how hard you want it to be true. This is what's wrong. I'll tell you what, man. The internet has really exposed humanity for so many pathetic people out there. It's vile. It really is. They then continued threatening to ban anyone who disputes the claim that Yasuke was a samurai. Any further comments attempting to dispute his societal status, disparage his inclusion in game, or containing statements bordering on concern trolling for historical accuracy will be swiftly removed and met with a ban. Wah, wah. Who cares, man? Who wants to talk to a bunch of idiots anyway? If the only people in there, y'all are just in there like blowing each other, No, he was definitely a samurai. Come on, guys. Give me a break. Absolute patheticness here. And here's the problem. Okay, and this is the root of this problem. This argument, Assassin's Creed Shadows, does not suck because Yasuke was not a samurai. Okay, let's get that out of the way right off the bat. The fact that he wasn't a samurai doesn't matter so much. It's the fact that they didn't choose a Japanese protagonist to play as. Well, go play Ghost of Tsushima. Well, if I want to play a Mario game, I want to play as Mario. You know what I mean? Don't give me somebody that's not Mario. It's so stupid. No, I'm not going to go play Ghost of Tsushima. That's a different game. When I want to play that game, I will play that game. If I wanted to play this game, I wanted to play as a Japanese protagonist. I was looking forward to it. I kind of skipped over Mirage. I was like, you know what? I'll get that one day, maybe. Now, Ubisoft will never see another penny from me. Not until this company does some major changes from the ground up and issues apologies for the way they treat their players. You got guys like, what's his name, Guillemot, whatever, the president, the CEO of the company, shitting on players. You've got $140 day one price tags for games that have stuff day one locked behind a price wall of a higher tiered purchase rather than being available to everybody who buys on day one. I mean, that's bad. It's already hard cooked into the game and you're going to charge me an extra $40 to play it? Dude, I get DLC, I get season passes and all that, but now it's starting to feel like excuses like, a season pass used to be like, all right, we're going to release the game, and in a few months, we've got these other things planned, and and stuff like that down the road. Now it just seems like they just want to churn this stuff out over a really short period of time and just keep hammering it out there. And it's like you could have just made one game. You don't have to make everything a season pass, or a DLC. A DLC should give you something different. And to be fair, a lot of it does. I mean, looking back at Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you got that last one that was like a roguelite, which was kind of interesting. It wasn't my cup of tea, but it was cool. You had where you go to France. That was a different setting. You had the one where you go to, was it Ireland or was it Scotland? Ireland. Yeah, Ireland. And that was cool, right? So you got some different stuff there. And it felt different because you traveled somewhere new. You got new mechanics. You got new sets of armor and weapons and stuff like that. That's all good. But I don't know, man. It's just starting to feel like everything... I know greed is a driving force behind gaming, with the big companies. Smaller companies, I give them a pass. I think a lot of them are passionate and they just want to create great games and all that. But I think these big companies are all just corrupt beyond corrupt and disgusting, and they don't really care about a good game anymore. They want to check off all the DEI boxes so they can get their money from BlackRock and all that, and then they just want to bleed you, the player, me, the player, drive every dollar they can with grossly overinflated game prices in-game shops where you could buy new cosmetics and crap like that for a single player game, or just suits of armor and all that. Why is it locked behind a price, you know? Stellar Blade put all these outfits in there. They didn't lock a single one behind a price. It's all part of the game. You bought the game, you got everything, you know? And look how successful it was. It was very good. For first-time IP and all that, the game did remarkably well. Only on PlayStation, fantastic. And there's no excuse for it, man. I'm getting tired of gaming. And companies like Ubisoft can go to hell. Companies like Activision, they can go to hell too. All these companies, these big bloated companies that just churn out regurgitated garbage year after year. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done giving you my money. All right, well, let's move on. As noted by former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern, aka Grums, the moderators of the Assassin's Creed subreddit will have to now ban the game's developer. There you go, right? Yeah, he's saying by this logic, Ubisoft itself would be banned. It's just absolutely crazy. What do you guys think of this, man? What do you guys? I don't know if you're big Reddit fans out there. I've been on Reddit from time to time just to look up stuff, and Reddit just seems to be a pathetic place. I really can't stand it. But let's go on here. Furthermore, the claim that Yasuke is a samurai is heavily disputed, as noted by Japanese YouTuber Shohei Kondo, historian Yuichi Goza, a faculty member of the International Research Center for Japanese Studies, focusing on Japanese medieval history, concluded that theory that Yasuke becomes a samurai is based on solely on just one variation of the Shincho Koki manuscript. Therefore, we should be cautious about concluding that he was a samurai. Kondo then notes that there are 60 variations of the Shincho Koki, and the one that is saying Yasuke got some sort of short sword or house, or just one of them, is just one variation of 60. I mean, there you have it. What do you make of Assassin's Creed subreddit threatening to ban players for noting that the theory that Yasuke was a samurai is disputed? Yeah, good question. To me, it's just stupid. This is why I stay off of that kind of... I can't stand Reddit. It's absolutely horrible. I think it's probably like if the internet had a butthole, you'd find it on Reddit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. I will see you all next time. Until then, Yasuke! Yeah, whatever. Peace.